Hi everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today we will try to define what are Java packages. Maybe let's get started with a new project and explore how can we use packages and what they are for. So I've got IntelliJ. Let's create a new project. I opened the magnifier. Just use the GTK. Click next. Let's create a template from a template, and there we got our project name. Let's call it test project, for example. And here we got our base package. We have to specify, or IntelliJ asks us about a base package. So a common practice or common convention for specifying package names is to use domain names and reverse them. For example, you all know the SSEPTB domain name, sseptb.org. If you put this in a web browser, the SSEPTB website opens. A common practice, like I already said, is to take those names. For example, those domain names represent your organization or your company. Let's say SSEPTB is our company, and we want to create a project for SSEPTB. So let's take the fully qualified domain name for this organization and reverse it, and then append the project name. So in this case, it would be org.sseptb and .test project. So um, so now we are creating a base package with this name, and everything which is everything we need or everything we need to build a project, every class says, and everything we put inside this org.sseptb project. You can visualize it or think about it like a folder, for example. Like we got many projects for SSEBTP, and we got our SSEBTP folder somewhere on our hard drive. That would be the SSEBTP folder, and inside this SSEBTP folder, we got one folder for each project. So, for example, we got the test project folder here, warehouse management application, another project, and everything um, what we need for the test project is also inside the test project folder. And of course, here we also can organize it further on, like everything which is needed for the graphical user interface. We will put in the graphical user interface folder, subfolder, subpackage or package, and everything we need for data access, to access a database or something, we put in the data package and so on. So, one thing how to use packages or for using packages is to structure your code of your projects. So code which has something in common, the classes which has something in common, you put those classes inside one package. That's one purpose. Oh, let's see what test project untitled. Okay, I didn't specify the folder where to put it. So IntelliJ created folder just let's see root, but never mind. Okay, um, let's with IntelliJ loaded everything. We can open the presentation mode. So let's wait until it opens the presentation mode. So now, okay. Okay, so because we specified we want to you create a project from a template from a console application and specify the base package. IntelliJ already created a main class with the with the entry point, the main method inside of the base package we specified. So let's see the folder structure. So here we got our source folder, and inside we got our base package. We can also, like already said, think of packages in a, we can think of packages like we think of folders. So we got our org.sccptp.test project folder, and inside this folder is one file. That's the main.java file, which contains the main class and the entry point here. So let's say we want to create a graphical user interface here. So we will create as a package or like think in a way of folders, a subfolder. Let's call it GUI for graphical user interface. And let's put a class inside this package or folder and call it person view, for example. So now we got another class inside this package called person view, and here above you see the first line. Let's make it a little bigger maybe. There is the package name. So with this statement here you say person view is inside this package. So of course you can change it to test project, but IntelliJ doesn't like this because you put it inside this path. So you created org as a PTP test project folder, and then inside the G or package, and then into the GUI package. So you also have to make sure that those two, the package name and the path, is the same. So of course you can use IntelliJ to move the person view to the package you provided here, but let's move it. So now it's in the test. IntelliJ moved in the test project folder, but let's move it back where we placed it, original. So now we have our test person view back in the GUI package. So of course, if you want to use person view here in the main person view, you see IntelliJ found a class person view and says it is in this package, and do you want to use it? If you want to use it, then IntelliJ automatically imports the class from this package. So it uses the import statement and specifies the package name. And after the package name, there you can specify the class name to import this class of this package. So now we can use person view, the class person view, and create a new object. For example, is new person view. If you don't have this import statement, of course, IntelliJ or you can't use it. You can't use it without the import statement because you have to specify where this class is. So this class is in this package. So of course, why do I have to specify it? Because there, for example, let's not say person view, but for example, there could be a person class. There could be another class. Let's call it person, for example, here. In the GUI package, we got a class person for whatever purpose, and also in our data package, maybe here we got also a class person. So now let's say we want to use the class person, peers, person, new person. And of course, now IntelliJ asks you, which person do you mean? So you use the import statement to specify, I want the class person of this package or of this package. So you can specify, if you have two classes with the same name, you can specify which class to take, which do you mean, or which do I want to use. So there you have your import statement back, and there you have your, now it takes the class, it takes this class here. Yeah, you import this class, and you can use this class here, and if you change it to GUI, for example, now it references this class here. You can use everything inside this class. So for that thing, you can use the import statements, and another way to use the import statements, but it's not a good practice. Specify it like that. But you just that you know that it exists, you can also use this wildcard asterisk to say import everything, every class inside the GUI package. So now you can use person from the GUI package, and you also, of course, can use person view inside this package. Okay, so point one, structuring your classes inside packages. Everything what is for the graphical user interface put in the graphical user interface package. Again, that's just a demo. Those shouldn't highlight good practices. It's just a demo for what packages are, for or how you can use them, or how they are used. So, and to get a basic understanding. And everything what is for data access, for example, to access database, you put in the data package, for example. You use import statements to import classes from different packages. And a second thing would be to restrict access. For example, if you have a field, let's create a string. Let's use it here in the person class. Let's create a field first name, for example. And if you don't specify anything, you know that this first name field is available inside the class. Inside the same class of course. So here you have your first name. So inside this class you can access this field, and also of course inside inside classes of the same package. So person and person view are both in the same package. So here you also can access this field. But if you are in the main class, which is in a different package, that's not in the GUI package, but it's in the test project package, there you have no first name field available. There IntelliJ says first name is not public. So if you don't specify anything, these fields or also these, for example, um, the constructor, or also methods, if you don't specify anything, those things, fields, methods, everything, also classes, you can also use those things inside other classes of the same package, or inside the same class. If you change it to public, now, of course, you also can use it from other classes, from classes from other packages. And of course, everyone know private is you can only use this field inside this class, and also not from other classes of the same package, and also not from other classes of other packages. So reason 2, to restrict access with either don't specify an access modifier, that's the default access modifier, think it's protected, or you can also say is protected. So if you say this field is protected, again, it's available in other classes of the same package in the class itself, but not of other classes of other packages. So if you specify protected, it's the same like you don't specify anything. Good. So number 2 is restrict access. And the third thing, just to show you, or what else comes to my mind, is that you can use your packages, of course. You can name them whatever you want. And of course, if you step back where we created a project, we specified the JDK 15. So this, the JDK, or the Java development environment, Java development kit, also comes with predefined or built-in packages, or let's call them core packages you use every time, like system out println, and system, for example, the class system is in the package Java Lang, where everything which is for the Java language parts is placed inside. So system, for example, is Java Lang. String is in Java Lang, so everything what has to do with the Java language itself, and they place it inside. They also use packages to organize those things inside packages. And for example, the input stream you use with the scanner class, for example, is in the package java.io for input output. So to read from input and write to output, everything you find in the Java IO package. And for example, it's also a good practice. Often you also have these utility packages where you place utility classes to do something and to assist you with operations or something you want to do. So yeah, a small recap maybe. Use Java packages to organize your code and to put classes which have something in common, or which have the same purpose, put them in the same packages. And also for restricting access with the protected access modifier, and also for if you have classes or something with the same naming, you can also split them into different packages and use it with the import and specify it with the import statement later on which class to use. So thank you very much. I hope it was a small overview, and see you in the next session. Ciao.